After a long day at school, the kids are hungry when they come to Chicanos Por La Casa's community center.
Beans, corn, chicken, and a tortilla.
And for many, this kind of food isn't waiting for them at home. 12-year-old Sarah knows what it's like to be hungry.
Sometimes I come here.
She says it's harder to focus on homework or chores or really anything.
When I'm hungry, I don't feel like myself.
That's where St. Mary's Food Bank comes in with its Kids Cafe.
Thank you, Manny.
A hot meal after school from this mobile food service may be the only meal these kids get until breakfast is served at school the next morning.
I don't want to tell them, well, there's not any food, just forget about dinner.
Mom Ophelia doesn't know where she'd be without St. Mary's.
Well, everybody is struggling with bills, rent, and all of that stuff, and the food's never enough around here.
Recently, the pain of hunger hit her family hard.
And there was hardly anything in the refrigerator. A couple of apples, I had to split them up, and they kept on telling me that they were hungry. And I just went crying. I went to sleep crying because I didn't know what to feed them.
There are no more tears now, and she says her kids feel like this food means someone cares about them.
St. Mary's helps a lot of people. That's all I know.
This room is a laboratory where students find a chemistry of strings, drums, and voice. And the mad scientist behind it all,
can I hear some of what you're doing?
Is Richard Maxwell.
If this one was really awful, if I've done my job right, they're going to go back and write another one.
Maxwell is talking about composing and writing music. He developed the Contemporary Music and Sound program to be a place where students don't just learn an instrument.
So if you want the doubling effect,
they take an idea and make it real.
My job is to say, you have an interest in creating something. I'm going to open every possible door to every conceivable opportunity that I can come up with to help you create what you're hearing in your head.
Maxwell gets students who can't play. Others sang in middle school choir. They all want to be part of a program that's not just playing other people's music.
The minute CMAS went up and did their big performance, I was like, that's what I want to do. I want to perform
on stage, produce my own music.
When I got here and I saw everything we did, like playing lunch shows, and they would play Black Cat, and they played at Hard Rock Cafe.
Hey, I want to try that.
Students in the various CMAS classes make up anywhere from 20 to 40 acts at one time, and they've performed about 50 times this school year. Even creating and performing originals for the school musical.
This is the third year in a row we've written a full-scale musical. We partnered with the theater department, and we constructed a band for that show.
Maxwell says the mixture of boys and girls, older students mentoring newcomers, different musical preferences, it just works.
The kids don't even seem to notice the stylistic differences. That's more like, oh yeah, that's my friend from class, he's got really cool ideas. Not my style of music, but check out what he does. And this happens all the time. They're constantly sort of feeding on each other. When they're on top of each other, you introduce all that extra phasing.
Maxwell is proud of his students. He calls this a student-run record label. If that is worthy of a Grammy, he's happy to accept and share it with them.
It's weird to even think the potential to be at a ceremony and receive an award that's also honoring George Harrison, the Bee Gees, and I apologize, I can't remember the others, but literally these major icons, and then
Today is one of our typical moves. This is what we get to do for our veterans. We learned that the Gammas family, they received this beautiful home.
This is also a living room.
The great help like we did, the Patriot Guard with the lift, the muscles, that really helps. We get things much faster.
I was shocked because I was like, okay, maybe a bed, a couple of things, maybe a truck. I was like, okay, that'll be cool. But then when more showed up and more people, I was like, oh, this is gonna be good.
I put a lot of ladies on the design part, and as you saw with the children's room, they did a knockout job. They did a great job.
It's great seeing it all come together because he totally deserves it. It was great to see all the stuff come together and know that what would have taken probably 6-8 years for him to get to this level we did in 2.5 hours because of all the hard work with Drive By Blessings.
Act surprised?
I pull up and I see all these people, see the Patriot Guard, all the volunteers, all the organization, and I'm like, holy, I was like, what's going on? I wasn't acting surprised, let me tell you. I was totally surprised. I was blown out of the water. It was just something special.
Look at that desk. Isn't that beautiful?
This perfect.
Oh, really? Oh, I'm glad you like it.
This, oh,
I'm so glad you like it.
wow. We went and bought a little mattress at IKEA, and we just threw it over the box springs. This is about this big, about queen size.
You got your man cave.
I have a man cave, and it's got a TV in there, and I got a couch, and the artwork's just amazing that they put up there. I'm stoked, man. I have no words. I see my little boy, my youngest, and he's got his room, and he's sitting there, and he's happy, and I know he's happy because he's like, oh, I got new toys, and it looks like a little baby's room. It's perfect. And then I go to my little girl's room. My little girl, she's like very girly, and it's her. It's like you're walking into a room, and it's her personality. Very girly, super pink. She loved it. It was just like, it's hard to describe. I'm still like very excited, so I'm still kind of like, so it's just something amazing. You know, my heart's like bumping. And then we go to my boy's room. My boy loves Star Wars, so it's like, oh, and me too. I'm a big Star Wars dork, so I was like, yeah, I have a home. I have a blessed home, and it's been blessed by these beautiful people, by the big man upstairs, and by my friends that are no longer with us. So I have a home.
We're known for heat here in the valley, but not like this.
We have an ass-kicking Carolina Reaper hot sauce. It's just screaming hot. I mean, so hot.
Carolina Reaper, spontaneous combustion, and, well, you get the idea. Some of the 210 products made here at the Southwest Specialty Food Plant in Goodyear.
Well, back in '96, there weren't a lot of people in Goodyear, and so we felt that the opportunity to help the community grow with a nice facility and a nice business to employ employees from the city for so many years down the road.
Linda Jacobs and her husband started the company in the mid-'80s with just one product, barbecue sauce. As luck would have it, that's exactly what they were making the day we came to visit. 750 gallons of it.
Once the quality control is done on the kettle, so the barbecue sauce is ready now to be pumped into the jars. And then what happens is it gets pumped over, and it goes through a series of pumps and hoses, and then it goes into the hopper.
From the hopper, it goes into these pistons, into the glass bottles, sealed, labeled, and boxed up for shipping.
And once the run starts, I mean, this might be 180 cases today. It'll be done in an hour.
They operate Monday through Friday and base their production on demand. This time of year, they're stocking their international customers with gift sets. They get a lot of their product ideas from customers themselves.
And everybody knows somebody that loves it hot. If they know you like it hot, they want to see if you can get you to cry.
If you visit their store in Goodyear,
this is father and son, habanero and pepper.
Bring extra veggies.
These are our ass-kicking mascots.
For the mules and donkeys, happy to take those veggies off your hands.
This is salsa?
That's salsa. He's the youngest.
I don't have a
Here.
carrot salsa.
Here.
Will he eat this whole thing?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's like, yeah, thank you.
One bite.
Oh my goodness!
In Goodyear.
Can I have a kiss? Do you have any kisses? Thank you.
Heidi Goitia, CBS 5 News.
The door shuts and the window goes down to at least create a breeze in this non-air-conditioned mail truck.
We've got a fan in there. We get some neck things that you put water on them, they keep you cool. But other than that, you're on your own.
We stumbled onto Bob, a mail carrier who has been on the job in the valley for 28 years, the entire time with no AC.
Somebody needs to take another look at it because the heat wave we've had, It's hard on these people out here.
The Arizona letter carrier, who is behind the recently launched Change.org petition, hopes to get the attention of the Postal Service so the AC issue can be addressed.
It's 20 degrees hotter in there than it is out here, so I'm sure it would make a huge difference. Yeah, it would help the carriers a lot.
A spokesman for the U.S. Postal Service said employee safety is their top priority, and they train their workers to do their jobs safely.
Does it make sense to you, really, Bob, that there is no air conditioning in there?
No, it doesn't, especially here in Arizona. I mean, some other states maybe, but I don't understand why not Arizona. I mean, we're one of the hottest states in the country, so we could use it.
The Postal Service also said since 2003, all vehicles purchased have AC, but it's unclear how many of those vehicles are in the fleet.
You just don't worry about it. You just go do your thing, and hopefully you make it through the day okay.
Yeah, look what's left of this restaurant right here. You can see steel crews putting out some hot spots. They tell us they got here about 3 o'clock this morning, and when they did, they knew that this fire had been going for quite some time. That's when they were having a hard time getting in because of how secure it was locked down. They quickly then got the owners up, who stayed in a place right next door here, a really newly remodeled hotel that they stay at. They were able to get the owners out safely, and that's when they decided to go defensive on this fire. As you can see from the pictures here, flames going about 60 to 70 feet up, burning this restaurant to the ground. It's been open since 1961 with lots of memories, lots of events here. Speaking with the family, telling us that those memories can still live on.
The most important thing is my grandparents and the memories we're going to continue to make with them because they were able to get out today.
It's tough to wake up in the morning and see it on the news. The place that you entertain is now burnt down to the ground.
At this point, the cause of the fire is still under investigation, but they tell us that they believe the fire may have started near the kitchen area. At this point, many who are walking up here to this restaurant just telling us their stories and how just devastated they are that a place this historic has gone down. Reporting in Apache Junction, Gibby Parr.